Welcome back, guys, to yet another brand new video. Today's video is definitely different from my usual content, but it is something I do want to address. It is my personal thoughts, and therefore it does have personal bias, so please do beware. Now, I also want to start off by saying welcome to my new room. It is a little bit unorganized right now because everything is turned into a storage space. Yeah. Anyhow, to start off this video, I do want to give my sincere condolences to the George Floyd family. If you guys have not been watching the news or have not known about this just yet, George Floyd is a 46-year-old black man who actually got killed by a cop for actually nothing. So the initial reason for the arrest was due to the fact that somebody called and then stating that, hey, this guy was attempting to do forgery. So emphasis on attempting. So upon arrest, the cop who was actually holding him down used his knees and also applied his body force to his neck and also head region. This was actually indicated in a lot of the witness videos that was posted online. And the worst thing was, the cop stated that the guy was resisting. So in the witness videos, you can see that George Floyd actually was begging for his life, saying he can't breathe. But the cops won't let him go. And it was just that one cop. But there was the three other cops that just stood by and did nothing. Ultimately, George did die because of lack of oxygen. Alright, in this video, I do want to address three elements of what is currently happening in North America. To start off, I'm not going to go on the elements just yet, but I'm going to be talking about something that we do need to address. Racism is nothing new, and it's happening all over the world. It's not just in America. Canada has a long history of racism. It is just a little bit more subtle. We have oppressed the First Nations, and it's still happening to this day. Black people and also youth are still getting attacked by others all around the country, and the same can be said to other British Commonwealth countries. So countries like Australia, Britain, New Zealand, Canada, we all have racism, and it's been reported by the media numerous times. But it has never caught on like this, and not at this magnitude of rage. So I'm not saying that other countries are perfect as well. So like Asian countries, a lot of us are more traditional in the mindset, especially the older generation. So their thoughts are more inclined to not be pushed forward and be progressive. So if you guys know anything about this, we do have China putting a ban on black people being in certain places. So this is something that, like I stated, it's not just a US thing. It's all over the world. And we need to start putting our foot in the right direction, moving forward, changing that mindset, and making everybody be inclusive. Now, if you guys have seen my Anime with Morals, with my first episode about racism, I stated one thing. We're fundamentally all humans, and if cats and dogs can get together and work with each other at times, we should be able to. And in this situation, is no different. Everybody is the same. We're all humans. We should be able to work together. Alright, onto the video itself. The three elements I'm going to be talking about is the looting, the police oppression, and also the rioting. So starting off with number one. So number one, we're going to be talking about the looting. People who are looting right now are probably there in order to take advantage of the chaos. They're probably there to make a quick buck, steal something that are very expensive. So there was an article that was posted onto the Vancouver streetwear community on Facebook, and it stated that, well, there was a Louis Vuitton store in the US that was looted. So the way that I think about this is because, well, you got the chaos, and then you then do the looting, and then you benefit from it. But there's also the fact that you can also use it and blame it on the fact that you have the riot, and that's why you loot it. Now, this is one of the darkest times in BC history. So in 2011, we did have the riot for BC due to the loss of Vancouver Canucks in the 2011 Stanley Cups. And the result was, well, people looted. We had people doing riots, they destroyed things, and this is so that they can blame it all onto the loss of the game. According to a lot of the rumors, apparently a lot of people who joined this riot was there just for the looting. The breaking of vehicles, breaking of stuff, just so they can do things that they can then blame it on the loss of the game. even though that they never actually had any interest in the game itself. So if we take this concept and then apply it to the looting in the US right now, then we can see the fact that, hey, maybe it's just because these guys wanted the benefit of the looting and not just there to be supportive of the cause. Alright, on to number 2. So for number 2, we do have the police oppression. This has been reported so many times, and it's still not being dealt with properly. And most of the time, it does happen in the US. It happens in Canada as well, as I do know that for a fact. But the numbers are so different. Like, there's so many more people getting oppressed in the US to the point that it feels like it's a military state more than a free country. I don't want to be the person who just walks out the door and be fearful for my life. I don't want to be that person who walks out and then saying, hey, the people who are supposed to protect me happens to be the one against me and murdering me. That is not what I want. So police brutality has been happening for a long time, and it's been reported numerous times, over and over, but not at this scale. It has not generated this hate, and I'll talk about the reason why later on. So let's start off with something that the police are supposed to be doing, their job. So what exactly is a policeman supposed to be? What in our eyes, what are we supposed to be viewing them as? Well, police are supposed to have 2 different jobs. Number 1, they're supposed to be protecting the peace, protecting the people. Number 2, they're supposed to be the protector of the law and the righteousness. However, because the police failed to do their number 1 job, which is to protect the people, then it becomes a different alternative reason for people to not believe in them. People cease to believe in them. So let's take a gadget, for instance. We got my camera there. So when you buy a product, and let's say for this instance, we got the camera, it's supposed to work like how the company promises. The camera should take a photo, should be able to take video. Easy and simple. But what if they ship you a product that doesn't work? What if that product does not do what they advertised? Then it becomes a scam. This is due to the fact that if you have a product and you're supposed to do that one job and it fails to do so, people cease to believe in that product. Just like the Escobar phone company. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go to the description down below and I'll have a link to MKBHD's video in regards to that. Now going back to the police part. Well, people are supposed to believe that the police are there to help them, to support them, to save them from any problems. But what if the police are there to kill people? They become murderers. Then they're no longer doing their job. That's why police are no longer believed as the protector of a peace. Now I do know that not all cops are bad, and there are evidence of it. However, when controversy gets to this magnitude and this level, it becomes harder to believe that there are such things as good cops. Videos do show evidence, but who knows? It might be the whole entire system that is corrupt and there's only the few good apples and not the few bad apples. Alright, I want to go to number 3. We do have the riots. So to start off this section, I do want to talk about this one line that's very famous. It stated, actions speak louder than words. Well, let's apply this to what is happening right now with the riots. There has been years of just saying Black Lives Matter. The slogan has popped up over time, multiple times, over and over, and this is just online. This is peaceful protesting, but this is the difference right now. So here are the differences between peaceful protesting and a riot. When it comes to just peaceful protesting, you have cops. They don't get attacked, they don't have anything destroyed, you don't have looters, and you don't have stores being destroyed. So let's say you're police, maybe a politician, and then you just go home, and then when your wife or husband asks you, hey, how's your day? You're like, it's fine, just a little protest, nothing to worry about, it'll be over by the next day. That means that people are being glossed over. They think that it's just gonna go away, it's gonna naturally dissipate, and it does. So riots are different. It becomes a different feeling. People are pissed. People are actually willing to go out and attack others. They're willing to attack police in which they don't believe in. They don't care. They don't think that they can protect them, and they would rather bring themselves a knife and then making sure they don't die instead of relying on a police force that they don't think can do their job right. But the difference is, when you get the riots happening, somebody's bound to get hurt. And it happened already. We had 2 police who got shot. Now this becomes a different story. When that politician or the policeman goes home, it becomes a different vibe. When your significant other asks you, hey, how was your day? Then it becomes, oh, it's getting stressful. However, let's go back to that line I did state at the start. Actions speak louder than words. And it's true. The action is getting a much wider spread in terms of media coverage. People are pissed, and it's happening all over the world. In case you don't know, we do have the riots down in the US, and also supporting them is our own BC, Vancouver Gallery, Black Lives Matter protest. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do comment down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? Do you guys think that I hit the nail? Do you guys think that I might be wrong? I'm more than happy to hear some opinions. And until next time, never stop living.